Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels, and occasionally I watch a movie. But really, I just do whatever the hell I want. Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to do a channel. It's called Face Body Reading. And he does like looking at the way people react and stuff like that. Like, trying to tell if they're being truthful or not. So I'm going to give my opinions on it also. This has got 3 people. One of them is Amber Heard, Johnny Depp's ex. And so let's check this out right now.
Hi, in this video I wanted to discuss the body language of deception. In such an analysis, one generally starts
body
giving
language
the
of
person
deception
the
is
benefit
what it's
of the
called.
doubt, and by watching this person, one accumulates evidence to reject this initial assumption or hypothesis. This requires an understanding of how a typical person would react in this scenario. And once more and more red flags, oddities, and so on appear, one may come to the conclusion to reject the initial assumption and that this person is lying or deceiving. This procedure is admittedly subjective, but that's where good intuition comes in. So here I wanted to look at Keith Papini, his wife Sherry Papini, described as a supermom.
I haven't heard of these
in
guys.
fall of 2016 from Redding, California. So she was presumably abducted when she went jogging near her home, but then reappeared 3 weeks later on Thanksgiving. She claimed to have been physically abused by 2 Mexican women, but despite of a huge national media interest, she never gave a public interview after that. Here Keith is speaking out after she had returned home for some time. Let's first take a look at the 911 call.
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, I just got home from work, and my wife wasn't there, which is unusual, and my kids should have been there by now from, daycare. So I was like, oh, maybe she went on a walk. I couldn't find her, so I called the daycare to see what time she picked up the kids. The kids were never picked up, so I got freaked out, so I hit, the Find My iPhone app thing, and it said...
Sounds kind of rehearsed.
Showed her phone, at our end of our driveway. We don't have really good service.
Okay.
So it's now almost half a minute into the 911 call, and it's already suspicious because the most important thing one would blurb out right at the beginning is that the wife is missing, but in this case he goes in a very long monologue. There's no indication of urgency. He talks very casually. Yeah. But maybe at this point he doesn't really believe she has been abducted yet, so maybe...
It sounds kind of rehearsed though. It sounds like it's not real.
I just drove down there and I saw her phone with her headphones because she started running again, and I found her phone and it's got hair ripped out of it, in the headphones. So I'm like, this is for...
So I'm skipping now 2 minutes ahead because it's...
Okay, that's a little bit specific to say that there's hair sticking out of the headphones. I mean, if you did see something like that, you definitely would bring it up. But I don't know, it just sounds pretty specific.
Quite a long call.
Okay, are you headed back to the house, or where are you at right now?
I'm at the end of the driveway where I'm at the older...
So here he's starting to giggle. That may seem inappropriate
Could be
for a
a
911 call,
nervous
an emergency
laughter.
call.
Oregon Trail and Sunrise where they meet, because that's right where I found her phone on the ground. You're telling me that something happened to her, is the way I'm looking at it. Then there was hair.
So there's hair which sort of ripped out apparently, but there's no urgency.
In the headphones. It got ripped
That's
off,
true.
around.
He's right. There is no urgency. It doesn't sound like he's really worried to me.
What kind of...
Again, he's laughing. So it seems inappropriate, but maybe he's just nervous and so he is a little bit hysterical. Let's skip to the very end.
First.
Okay.
You could be nervous.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay. We'll have them contact you at your residence. Call us back if anything changes, all right?
All right, so they're going to call the number you took down, the 355?
They'll probably call you when they're on their way, and they're going to come out in person.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
So very polite, there's no urgency. Okay, so there are some unusual things, but maybe there are reasons why he acts that way.
I remember
Yeah.
everything about that day. Around 6:50 a.m., my wife was on her way to go check on our daughter, Violet. And we
He's
met
not
there
making
at-
eye contact.
So he looks down, he doesn't look at the interviewer, he's very passive, very emotionless.
That evening, when Keith returns home from work as a Best Buy audio-video specialist, he expects his usual boisterous welcome from wife.
And I open the door expecting my son comes 100 miles an hour right at me.
There's quite a lot of contempt, this asymmetric smile, but maybe when he comes home, he's a kid's favorite, and so he might feel superior of his wife because he's a popular one at this time of the day. And
I don't
it's
know.
odd, but there might be a reason.
And then usually Violet right behind him.
He looks pretty
He
nervous.
doesn't look at the interviewer.
Call, our family snuggles.
No, I don't
There's
believe him.
asymmetric
He's
smile.
greeted
on near our mailbox,
So I'm skipping to the parts which are about him.
which is a ways away. It's about a mile away, actually.
He giggles again, he laughs. Similar to the 911 call. Which
Well,
is
I
very
don't
odd.
put, as far as his giggling, I don't put anything behind that, in my opinion. I think that's just nervous, like a nervous thing. But him not making any eye contact, I don't know. My first impression is that he's not being completely
What time did
honest.
Sherry
with it.
pick up the kids today? And when she said the kids are here,
It's rehearsed.
that was like, something is wrong. There's something wrong right now.
Keith's relationship with Sherry is a rare love story dating back to childhood. A storybook starting with the 7th grade kiss. When they reconnected years later, Keith even...
Handed her a box, and of course it was like all our little notes back and forth.
Soon enough, Keith would find him...
So there's a picture of him proposing, staged for the camera.
Yeah,
I think
so-
normally there's no camera around when one proposes.
They look like a fairy tale couple. She like a princess, he like a prince.
So here's a major red flag.
Why?
Having all these photos sitting around where they pose for the camera as a perfect prince and princess couple is highly suspicious. So
I've seen a
whenever
lot
I
of
see
people
something
though
like
that do
I
that
think
kind of stuff for
immediately
their
they have to
wedding
prove
photos and
something.
things like that.
The
So
marriage is
I don't think
shit.
that's anything.
It's all fake. Her smile looks particularly fake. She always looks in the camera. There's something really wrong, I think, with these photos.
Their photos
Well,
together.
yeah,
seem
you could think
they're
that,
ripped
but
from the pages of a glossy magazine.
Exactly.
If she would have lost her phone driving home one day and she put it on the roof...
any family photo,
So
you're
he's
going
using
to
some
be all
expressions
smiling
now.
and
This is
everything.
already
That's
an
just the way it
indication
is.
that he's acting. He's trying to emphasize something which he might not need to emphasize if he would just have a normal conversation.
Okay, whatever, I can see that happening.
Yeah,
But
I
car's
yeah, I
running,
don't believe
through
him.
it. It's cool. I knew something was... I don't know how many phone calls 911 gets on this particular thing. 90% of the time, they went to the store, or they're hiding under the bed, or it's not that. I knew she was taken.
Again, with a lot of emphasis, acting.
I picked him up and I told him I had something important to tell him, and he jumped he jumped up on the couch with me, and he knew something was up.
Okay,
This is so odd.
I gotta say something. I don't really care for this guy so far that's doing the... Why'd he laugh there? Because that looked like a genuine cry to me. But I don't know why he's laughing. I don't get it.
I mean, you have to remember now that his wife
Because he's really
is
crying.
home now.
but I
She's
think he's
home
guilty.
with him at this moment, just hiding from the cameras. And it's very odd to become so teary if essentially the story had a happy ending. So this is always suspicious when during an interview the feelings are so mixed up and so roller coaster like, from happy and giggling to being completely stone-faced and calm to all of a sudden crying. Also, we don't see the tears, but apparently he's trying to cry at this moment. So usually interviews and conversations are not roller coaster like. When you see something like that, it feels like
I don't
this
think-
person lost
I think
their
that's a
mind.
natural
It feels
cry.
very unnatural. It reminds me of a sort of bad acting in a soap, and because it's so artificial, I don't watch them. It gives me a bad taste in my mouth. It's tasteless.
And he said, "Dad, you can tell me anything."
I always think there's actually a smile.
I believe
Keeping
him
delight.
there.
The joy one gets out of swindling someone. and getting away with it. So the two major red flags are
This
the
guy's
highly
a
staged
hack.
photos, meaning
I don't
the
believe
whole
any of
marriage
this
is a
shit.
facade, the happiness in the
This guy doesn't
family
know
is
what he's
not
talking
real.
about.
And the second thing is this roller coaster-like display of emotions, which is very unusual, or at least not for a healthy person. And you have to consider his wife is back at this moment. So why crying about it? Okay, so this is the
Because
main
when you
message,
start
and,
thinking about
very
how
briefly, I wanted
close
to
you
look
might
at
have
two
come to
other
losing her,
videos,
it would make me
which sort of
cry. It would do
highlight
it
the
to
same
me.
issue. This is by Amber Heard. She's an American actress who claimed her husband.
I gotta pause it for a minute. I'm not saying that this guy's not right, maybe that kid knew more and everything, but this guy that's doing the body language thing, he's a hack. He doesn't know what he's talking about, in my opinion.
The fact that he keeps laughing at the guy is what's pissing me off. It's like he's so pompous and he thinks he knows so much. People react differently.
Johnny Depp hit her and abused her.
I don't believe he
This was
did.
now a few years back. This little episode here is in court during a deposition, and she describes her abuse.
As hard as he could at my face. I put my head down. I said, "You hit me." I was crying. I said, "Johnny, you hit me," because then I start hearing things being smashed, and I said to him, "Honey, you hit me in the eye, my eye."
My eye.
And I
She's
started
acting.
crying, and
Yeah.
Oops.
You
So here
forgot
she
your
is-
script.
She has a hard time
Forgot
recollecting
your lines.
even the events. So a really abuse victim would be scared, display fear, and would very much know what happened.
Should have taken a few more improv classes.
She certainly doesn't know.
If I am here feeling him approach and
Yeah,
So bad.
she's horrible. I agree with him on this.
I help him help me up, or if he just did it all by grabbing my hair. But for some reason, I had some aid in getting up off the couch.
What a stammering around. What a nonsense story.
By him grabbing my
Your head? Yeah.
mostly on
That's
my
your head.
right side, the impact of which was significant in and of itself. He grabs my
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
grabs my head,
Okay, here comes the tears.
takes a fistful of my
Here it
hair
comes.
and says, I hit your eye, huh? Let me see your eye. Let me see your eye. What if I pull your hair back? And he
Anger, but
Yeah,
there's no fear on her
she's
side.
a
takes
crazy
my head back,
one.
and he's, I don't know, smacking my face or moving my
If you get smacked in the face, you better know that.
face, and he's got me by the hair.
And now she's trying to cry. So this is this emotional roller coaster from anger to emotionless to sadness or trying to cry.
That right there is proof that you don't have to have any acting skill to make it in Hollywood, just as long as you're pretty.
She's so phony. She's so fake.
Because her acting sucks.
This is all
Now
just
she's
my
very
opinion.
collected again and tries to
But
look
I don't
a little
think-
bit,
I don't believe it.
sad and
And I by no means ever agree with a man ever putting his hands on a woman. But I don't think Johnny Depp ever hit her. I think she hit him.
So that's all, of course, a lot of rubbish. So here, briefly, I also wanted
This
to
guy.
talk again about Jussie Smollett, who apparently staged a hate crime to gain some media attention. And I did a previous
Completely
YouTube video
ruined
about
his
that.
career.
Let's have another quick look.
My rib was bruised, but nothing was cracked. Like, I walked into the hospital. I walked out of the hospital.
Why do you think you were targeted?
I can just assume, I come really, really hard
God. So here he is all of a sudden very happy and smiley.
against 45. I come really, really hard against his administration. Ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you. And this is just a friendly fight. I will never be the man that this did not happen to. I am forever changed. And I don't subscribe to the idea that everything happens for a reason, but I do subscribe to the idea that we have the right and the
He
responsibility.
is giving this very emotional speech from happy to teary. That's again. looks
Again,
very
he's
artificial.
acting just like Amber Heard was, in my opinion.
Out of the things that happen to us, good and bad.
What do you feel people need to hear the most from this story?
I think that what people need to hear is just the truth.
So these are empty phrases. like a bad TV script.
I just want young people, young members of the LGBTQ community, young black children.
It's gonna
Always
make a
happy
stand.
and neutral going to slightly angry.
To know how strong that they are, to know the power that they hold in their little pinky. I want that video found so badly because for probably 4 reasons. Number one, I want them to find the people that did it.
Having these 4 reasons means
Yes,
he's very prepared.
exactly. You're
It's
right
all
there.
Like a script.
Number 2, I want them to stop being able to say alleged attack. Number 3, I want them to see that I fought back. And I want a little gay boy who might watch this to see that I fought back.
Okay, so what all these reveals have in
acting.
common is that there's a fast pace in changing emotions being displayed. When you watch people like that, it feels like they lost their mind. It's very unnatural to show this roller coaster like display of emotions. Normally emotions build up slowly, and during an interview or during a conversation, that mood doesn't change significantly. This indicates acting, false emotions, and hence deception. Okay, I hope you liked this video and talk to you next time. Bye.
Okay. Okay, that was from Face Body Reading, Body Language of Deception, Keith Papini, Amber Heard, and Jussie Smollett. Now, I'm not a professional at body language at all. And this guy supposedly is. I think he was right on some of the stuff, but I don't think the body language is something that can be really, how can I put it, reliable. People respond differently in different situations. They could be nervous, but now like the Amber Heard, she was completely acting in my opinion. Jussie Smollett was completely acting in my opinion. The first guy, the Keith Papini, I think he knows more. So I think the guy's right on a lot of the stuff, but on some of it, I just think he's wrong. Anyways, that's my opinion. That was Face Body Reading. And now, how about a joke? A little boy gets up for breakfast, goes to the breakfast table. His mother says, "Well, son, what would you like for breakfast today?" He says, "I want some fucking French toast." The mother says, "What did you say?" She jumps up and starts spanking him. The father gets up, takes his belt off, starts whipping the kid, just beating him senseless. So then they go to the other son and they say, "What would you like for breakfast?" And he says, "Well, I sure don't want the fucking French toast." Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, #MeanGene. Check out my merch in the description if you want to. And I will see you next time.